Welcome back everyone to another Gaming on the Brain playthrough. Today, as we mentioned a couple of weeks ago on our Streets of Rage playthrough, if you've watched that one already, we did say we'd attempt to get a Bare Knuckle 3 with English translation, and we do indeed have that, so that's what we're going to be playing today, isn't that right, Glenn?
Yeah, this version is the full original better, in my opinion, and yours I believe.
Yeah.
Japanese version obviously called Bare Knuckle 3, but with the full English translation, as Mark's already just said, so it's the perfect way to play it. I mean, we owned Streets of Rage 3 for many years before we even touched the Japanese game, and it's still a great solid game, but they tweaked a lot of things and none of them for the better, to be honest, where the Japanese version is of course the original vision as it should have been, so and now you get to read it in English as well. So we have got a few little secrets and surprises that we're going to try and bring to you as well while we're playing through, so hopefully you'll get to enjoy those as well.
One of the things that immediately struck me with this one, I think it's a lot easier, isn't it, than the American?
Yeah, do you know what it is? Or it feels more balanced for it, because there's certain sections of Streets of Rage 3, the Western version, which I remember playing at the time and thinking it just felt wrong. Like, you know, the fight with Yamoto, the three shredder looking samurai, at the end of level 4, I believe.
Should we do it?
It goes on for ages, mate. You know, are we aware?
I'll set the options up.
Yeah, it just goes on far too long, and I thought the fight itself's easy. It's just it's like falsely inflated, isn't it? You know, like lengthened. It's like either give them some more moves or make them harder, like a final fight boss, or just don't bother. So not as good, not as great as Streets of Rage 2. I mean,
I think that's the general opinion, isn't it, across the Streets of Rage fans. That's 2's the better one out of the first 3 anyway.
I think, mate, what they did is, for me, the leap between 1 and 2 was so great that there's nothing else they could do in between or after. As much as Streets of Rage 3 is a great game, it can't touch 2 for a lot of reasons. I mean, they're trying new locations, which is good, so they should be. But where obviously Streets of Rage 2 actually reuses, like, level 1 looks a bit like level 1 from Streets of Rage 1.
Just vastly improved.
Everything's just made better, and there's more. There's a ship level in 2 like there is in 1, but way better, like Mark's saying. Everything else in between, and this game, it looked like we'll run out of ideas for great levels. Bear in mind, by 1994, every single trope, I think, had been used. I mean, how many elevators do you have to have?
Oh, no.
Before you run out of decent elevators, and Streets of Rage 1 had a great elevator level, if you remember, didn't it?
Yeah.
Iconic with that music as well, and chucking everybody off. It was great. So you couldn't beat much of that, and that was 1991. So Streets 3 definitely run out of ideas. Also, I find it quite... There was quite a lot of fuss made about the different... the multiple level structure and that, where you can use different routes. And to be fair, there's not much in the way of routes at all, to be quite honest. There's only one major change, and that's right towards the end of the game. It's hardly Golden Axe 3, or even Final Fight 3 for that matter when it comes to multiple routes. But it works with what it wants to do, and it's still a nice game. Like I say, the Japanese version, if anyone isn't aware, is generally considered the better game. Among some of the changes actually was costume changes for like characters like Axel and Blaze, funny enough. They've kept their classic colours from the first 2 games for Bare Knuckle 3, but Streets of Rage 3 gives them different costumes.
Yeah, Axel's got a yellow t-shirt.
Yeah, and Blaze is in silver, and it's like, did you need to do that? Was there any need? Didn't achieve nothing, didn't change nothing.
Yeah, why spend the time on it,
One of the bigger changes as well, I mean, there's actually background and graphical change as well. There's one of the most biggest changes will come up on this level, and we'll discuss it when it happens, but other changes as well, though. There's an easy mode in Streets of Rage 3 which actually ends at level 5. You get to beat the boss of that level and the game ends, where it doesn't happen in Bare Knuckle 3. You go through the full game. I actually do quite like having that short easy mode. It reminds me like the duel of
Apple.
Oh, cheers, mate. It reminds us of the beginner mode of like Golden Axe 1, on the Megadrive. So just quite good to have that.
Significantly longer.
You could just go half an hour player, you know what I mean? So, but it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal or anything. Cheers, man. My fault.
You're banning it.
What make you do?
Tell you one of the things that annoyed us a little bit about this game. They seem to have used an additional track, like the effect track maybe, for the music, and as a result you lose the punch sound.
Do you know what it is? I found that, obviously we'll not even discuss the soundtrack right now because that's something we'll talk about during the game, but the sound effects on Streets of 3 are lame for one of it. They've reused some of the sound effects from 2, but weirdly you hear them at different points of where you'd expect to hear them.
Yeah.
Depending on impact and on. You'll see what I mean when if you haven't picked up on it before, anyone who's watching. And I remember seeing at the time that was weird. Now this level here is the first level in the game where it's got like a graphical change. I mean, here you've got like a busted open wall, where in Street Racer 3 it's just there's nothing there. It's just open, like an open garage.
Aye.
This guy Gold is many of the names have changed as well. So this character Gold could be considered the equivalent of Jack from Street to Rage 2, and he's not as interesting because Jack was quite a cool sub-boss, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not as good, but the feel's there. I mean, the feel and the playability is still great.
Oh, it's still a fantastic game.
And Street to Rage 3, Bare Knuckle 3 does bring some nice new features to the table. I mean, you've got 2 player co-op moves again.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, you've got the variable. One cool attribute is that certain characters are considered experts at certain weapons. Like Axel, for instance, even though he's a clone Cody, we've always thought Cody clone, from Final Fight, is not considered like a good knife user. So in this game, he just throws the knives.
Dare you?
I know.
How dare you, sir?
He's not considered good. I think they've deliberately done it to say, look, he honestly isn't a clone of Cody from Final Fight, which he isn't, of course, really. That's another thing I've just done now. You might notice I've just tried to pick up the fat guys here, which were true sub-bosses in Street Racer 2, and now they're just fodder. But if you try and pick them up and throw them, unless you're 1 or 2 specific characters, you'll flatten yourself. A bit like the Bongo from Street Racer 1, the boss.
Do you want that apple?
Yeah, come on, mate.
Oh.
There you go. You get to see a 2-player move there.
Oh, get out. There's a 2-player move. It's called Knock Your Out.
2 players just like showing off.
Takes 2 people.
Now we're coming up with probably one of the biggest change in the game, to be honest. And this is obviously infamous now. Character called Ash. Now Ash is a cool character. I think he's such a great, fun boss, And this was 1994, remember, and the stereotype character was considered offensive at the time. So for Street Racer 3, they removed this sub boss, just replaced him with loads of Donovans and whatnot coming off a boat. So
I kept thinking Shivers fought you at the end of the first level.
He is Shivers, the boss of this level.
Ash is still the boss, isn't he?
Yeah. These characters here, very well remembered characters from Street Racer 2, the Storms and that. You only ever fight them on the bikes now. Strangely, you never ever take them on the ground.
Good. They were annoying.
They were, with them punches and that. With the grab you from behind and that.
Run up and smack you.
But Ash is like one of the coolest characters I've seen. As I say, I remember seeing them at the time in the magazines and thinking, I hope this character's in the English version. And
sure enough, they cut him.
But you can still access him with a cheat code, because he becomes a playable character, doesn't he?
What, like just a cheat?
With an action replay. He's in the game as an action replay.
They're not going to strip him out of there, not unless they needed space on the cart for something else, which they haven't.
Probably the most broken character in a beat 'em up as well. Doesn't have many moves and he can't use weapons, but his moves just strip the life off you, honestly. They rip you to pieces.
Yeah.
You can play as him with a very simple cheat. He's quite a tough enemy, actually. Quite honest look at him, man, he's great. That throw is lethal.
I know.
Remember, mate, when you knock and hold the A button until the start of the next scene. Button C. Yeah, button C. I'll let you do it.
Got it.
Health.
Holding the A button.
Yeah, we didn't get our health now.
You get it back here, don't you, I think?
Well, I want the boss now. Aye. Shiver's the boss of this level, aye.
There we go. So that unleashed the move at the start. I'm sure that's the signal that you've got him in it.
Yeah, should have him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Street Racer 2 has 2 hidden characters. Obviously, Ash is hidden as well with Game Genie or Action Replay codes. But you can also play it as the first boss, Shiver, who's a really good character. Has the same limitations of Ash, as in you can't pick up weapons, but you honestly don't need them. He's amazing. Doesn't have as many moves as the 4 main characters, but he's very playable and good fun,
I keep thinking he's faster than Axel in that. The punch speed in that now compared to 2.
Shiver. Well, he's just. He doesn't even have a proper normal throw. It's just the stuff he does is just absolutely lethal. Got to get that up, mate. I'm gone for it.
Get out.
Puts up a hell of a fight, man.
You tried to grab me. You didn't ask permission.
I always thought it was quite an unusual choice though as a first boss.
Aye, well, yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I think you need your chicken, mate. Remember, mate, if you beat them, B button.
B button, yeah.
I'm going to lose life here.
Oh, don't lose life. You might need it later. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I'll try and finish him.
Yeah, B button.
Got it, they're held down. I hope I did it quick enough.
Yeah, I also thought it was an unusual choice for the first boss, just like, but to me it's like maybe it's his demotion, you know, he's no longer Mr. X's right hand, you know. And it's like you have to get down there with the straight trash and handle them from the base level, you know. So.
I kept thinking he joins you, but that's 4, isn't it?
He doesn't. Yeah, well, that's something else. I mean, the storyline of Bare Knuckle and Street Rage 3 does not change if you play as one of the 3 hidden characters, which is good because they're not canon, are they? Really, I mean, they're not. I mean, the third hidden character is probably even crazier than them two, but it's the most well known, I would say.
Yeah,
because he's the most easily accessible, I think. Well, is he? I suppose he is because you could easily unlock one by accident, couldn't you? And we'll be fighting him shortly.
So now that we've done doing Streets of Rage 3. Next up, Streets of Rage remake or 4?
Well, I'm thinking remake, mate, but it will mean possibly playing it 4 times though.
Well, we don't have to do it all at once.
No, I'm sure it's 3 or 4. There's 4 different ways, because there's 3 ways. There's a version that's based properly on
game,
1 for 2, and there's a remake of 3 where it's obviously based on 3, but you can tell the guys who made it were not completely happy with how 3 turned out and decided to create their own story with elements of 3, which is really well done actually, and exactly how I would have liked it done. And then there's a 4th game as well, do you remember, which is its own thing, and it's Street Rage. It's basically their vision of Street Rage 4, which I thought was excellent. Like, and obviously then you've got the true Street Rage 4 that came out a good few years back now, so which I definitely can't wait to go through again. If I can actually beat it this time, not when I got it.
Did I still beat it? I did when you died on that the time we played together, didn't we?
Aye.
But it's 4-player, so we'll need to get other people in for that one.
Get a 4-player game going.
Logan's good at it, so I'll bring Logan in.
I like the fight. I like the mini boss fights. I know you can get new world characters to fight.
I just think it. I mean, I was a bit skeptical about what obviously the artwork, like the way it looks and everything, you know, the graphics and that. And then when I played it, I was like, they've nailed it. It's
thing is that
brilliant.
To me, that's the type of games I want to see more of going forward. To be honest, like. It's just exactly where I want to be in games. I'm not going to pick that.
Well, you know, we're getting a 3D Streets of Rage.
Yeah,
next
I've seen
year
it.
by the sounds of it.
Game coming out.
Don't you kill that character?
Yeah, right. Well, this now is our 3rd and final hidden character, isn't it? Unusual thing here. The what's the clown? He's called Danch in this.
Danch.
Right, I'll get me. Do you want? Look, aye, alright.
Sorry.
Oh, Christ, man.
I was doing.
We're trying not. We're trying. Oh well, there you go. What we've done is here we've actually released the kangaroo. We now have the 3rd hidden character, and he's not very good. He can't pick up weapons either, but his moves are pretty crap, I thought. But it's nice to just for completeness sake to have these 3 extra characters. Like,
do you want that apple since?
I'll wait a bit. Like, whoever needs it first.
I always like this bit, but anybody who's got epilepsy should probably close their eyes.
But anyway, onto the soundtrack really. I mean, now I'll be honest with you, right? I do like some of the tunes in Street Rage 3.
Yeah.
I think some are very good. But that's where it goes for me. I mean, Street Rage 1 and 2, the whole soundtrack was excellent. Yeah. This is a very different style of movie, and it's experimental and it's good. A lot of people hate it, but you've got to remember the soundtrack of the first 2 was that phenomenal that having just a good soundtrack is never going to touch an amazing soundtrack.
Big boost to Phil, like, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, and some of it is really, some of it does grate a bit, you know. But it is what it is, and it's, as I said, some great track. I like some of the boss themes actually because they really do suit the game, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, I've got to say, I mean, this tune,
it's divisive.
This tune's, for example, is just repetitive. But still, it's like you don't really see or hear stuff like this in games, you know.
No, but that was it. To me, it was experimental. We were trying something. It didn't feel. It's not as good as it could have been, but I wouldn't consider it a failure. I consider it to be fairly successful. It's pretty much done what it set out to do without blowing anyone's socks off, you know. And I mean, I'm happy enough with that. Like, you know, you're trying something new. If you didn't completely feel, then that's okay in my book, you know. And, I actually do, in some ways, prefer the feel. I feel like Bare Knuckle 3, Street Race 3, is slightly tighter than 2. Just like the feel of the game.
It's a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
because you've added the run and the dodge.
Yeah, you've got your dodge move as well, which is not in 2. I mean, there's only one character in the second game that actually run, and that's Skate. You know, there was a lot of refinement done in 3. I think it's more about just the theme and obviously the music for a lot of people. You know, it just changed things up a bit that way.
Like you said, I think because the music was so stand out on like 1 and 2, it's like it had to get it right. And it didn't get it wrong. Like you say, it just didn't live up to that. You know. Yeah,
after it just wasn't as good as 1 and 2. And I mean, there wasn't much you could do with that.
Oh, I've got a 2x4.
Plus, it came out at the time, though. It came out in mid '94 as well, you know. I mean, it came out at the time, right? I'm going to get that covered. It's come out right in the middle of a time when fighting games, one-on-one fighting games, were absolutely the norm, and there was nothing you could do about that, you know.
Yeah.
You just couldn't. You really hit me, like. It just wasn't, you know. You're always going to have a tough time no matter what you came to the table with. Final Fight 3 did. I mean, not many people obviously know of the Russian Beat series, although there's a new game which is either out now or just about to come out. So if you like these games, you might like Russian Beat. They were called Rival Turf, Brawl Brothers, and Peacekeepers outside of Japan. And Peacekeepers came out in '93, so earlier than this now. I've talked to you about Peacekeepers 4. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I mean, would I say it's better than Street Race 3? Yes and no. I mean, it's something you need to play. It doesn't feel exactly the same, but it's got tons of routes and ways through it and that. I'm trying to get in there. I can't get in.
I accidentally picked up the chicken.
Now, the good thing, one interesting thing about bosses in this game, which didn't happen in 2, was they don't have the invincibility on getting up. So you can get stuck straight in them. So on this particular boss, it's really good to just go for it. So get them down with attack and go for them again. Keep hitting them. Where Street Race 2, you wouldn't do that. If you try to do that at any boss variant, not the obviously not their. If you did it like the you know, when they came back and that was a standard enemy, you can hit them when they get up, but while they're a boss you cannot do it. They always get them iframes.
Yeah.
If they don't in this, I think 1 or 2 do.
I mean, Bear's probably the best example because he's a nightmare when you fight him as a boss, but then when you fight him later on as an enemy, he's dead in no time.
He's got no chance. Now, I find this next level to be the most boring one in the series.
Is this the construction?
Yeah, the soundtrack is not good. It's a terrible soundtrack for me personally. They did try to do something a bit different with what is clearly meant to be sort of a bonus level, but became an actual level, which is another part of Bare Knuckle 3 mind. It's interesting. There's a few missing levels which can be played using Game Genie codes or were reinstated in the Street Race remake as well, like the motorcycle level, which is very poorly conceived though. You attack enemies by just ramming into them with your bike, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's nice to have it in there and be able to play it, but it goes on for a couple of minutes, and you wouldn't want it to go on for any longer. It's just not fun. Like
they obviously realised themselves it wasn't that anything to the game.
It's good to have the material there to be able to test it out and that. But yeah, I mean, you pretty much just ram into everything. I mean, it wouldn't work normally.
You need to get more of the fighting goodness in there. That's what we all want.
Exactly, mate. Well, Street Race 2 didn't have to add an out special, but I think they're looking at games like Final Fight and going, you know, but those games break it up with a bonus level, and that's like didn't really need them. Don't really need them, you know.
This didn't have a dual mode or anything, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, it does have.
Yeah, it's got versus. It's got. It's got. I think it's just called. Oh, it's called Battle on this one.
That was it. Battle.
Same basic principle as the second game. I think if I remember the duel from Street Race 2 actually gave you about 3 or 4 different levels to pick from.
Yeah.
And could you put weapons in there as well, or were they already built into the levels? It's been a while since I've actually played it. I think it was level specific, you know, like there'd be knives on the floor or a pipe or something. And I believe this does exactly the same actually. And you can use the hidden characters, I'm sure. I think you have to have unlocked them from the main game. I think I'm not too sure. It's been a long time. I hope you can, because it'd be good to be players. Again, nodding back to one-on-one fighting games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you said mid-1994, you were right in the middle of the renaissance of all that, obviously you had your Super Street Fighters by then. You had tons of Neo Geo, SNK stuff, you know. By then you might, by about the end of '94, you had probably one of my favourite one-on-ones, which is Go Nax the Jewel, and I only love it because of the
I thought you were going to say Rise of the Robots.
Well, you know that's my actual favourite. No, I love
Extra
the Jewel.
life in there, isn't there? It's not worth the risk.
There's no with there. It's easy. Watch. It's kind of easy. I'm going to impress everyone here. Watch it die.
Oh, it was the turkey? I thought it was a life.
There might be a life in Street Race 3. That's what might be.
Yeah, it might be, aye.
But said Bare Knuckle 3 is way easier, but it's playable. I mean, we're not. At the end of the day, I'll say this on camera. I just don't care about being challenged anymore. I just want to have fun. Tight there, like. You didn't lose life straight away though. You just lose some energy. It's quite a bit though.
I accidentally tapped the button.
Real physics.
Yeah. Wind.
I think.
Aye, this level used to bore the crap out of me. Like.
Yeah.
There's an elevator.
Well. The elevator bit's not too bad, but then you know what tops it off? The worst boss in the series. You.
Oh yeah. Aye.
I mean, do you know what it is? What annoyed me was like how many games up until 1984 had done that. I mean, had like, you know, a clone character as your boss, or you were your own boss or something. You know, it was like
just copying Mortal Kombat, wasn't it? In the mirror match.
Just the thing is, the way I would have the fight's all wrong. The way I would have done it, right? If you're going to have Axel as a clone boss, which works within the story, then have him turn into a robot halfway through the fight, because he's clearly a robot. So get him down to like at least one bar of energy left, and he turns it like a superpower robot. He's got better moves, you know, like it's easy this.
You concentrate on that. I'll get the thing.
He's got like an extra, it's like a new special move, maybe in a couple of, maybe his attack fucking repertoire could maybe change completely, you know.
Yeah.
And it didn't do that. It missed the trick. I thought, he's basically Axel in every way that he's Axel, and he's got Axel's moves. And I mean, Street Race 1 did it with Blazers with the sisters, you know, Mona and Lisa, Anaheim, and I can't remember what they're called now, but we've just fought them actually at the end of level 2, and the way better because they're clearly a whole new sprite, you know, with their one moveset. But I have got on good authority it's the same two characters.
Well, I've just said there the fighting against Robot Axel's lazy. I don't think it is lazy. I think they expected to have more impact from it and to mean more than it actually
Well, I say it would have been way more interesting if he had changed, like he'd shed his skin off with the fight as opposed to when he's dead.
So that they could have. The game could have, like, you know, pause, story come on, and then he like literally throws half his skin off or he's burning.
Do you know what disappoints the most, Mark? The reason being because back in 1989, right, so 5 years earlier, the Revenge of Shinobi done it way better. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it wasn't a clone anyway, but that they had a Terminator style boss who shed his skin off in the fight. He looked cool as hell, and that was in '89. It's like, oh yeah, man. You could have done something amazing. So I am disappointed. It's the most disappointing boss in the series. I won't even use Blazer's. I keep calling them Blazer's sisters. I won't even use the Blaze clones from the first game because they're actually probably the toughest boss.
Yeah.
And at that time, that was still kind of interesting. Do you know what I mean? And they've got like an interesting fight pattern. You know, so
you do. You need to learn.
Yeah, you've got to actually learn. You can't just like. Rely on being able to beat one or two moves off them, and I thought like, that was quite well done. Like at that time, you know, 91. The next level's got a couple of nasty little bits of drag as well. If you remember, you know, the sewer, not the sewer, the tunnel and that.
I hate that bit. Where you got to jump in and out of the tunnel. Yeah, that was the other one I was going to mention. It's poor as hell.
See, the thing is, mate, you know what is? I think we're still comparing this to. We're still thinking we're playing Street Race 3. So what we're doing is we're like remembering that. Remember that degree of like crap, and pain, you know. So I don't think there's as much enemies and they last as long as they do on.
And you've got to bear in mind we played it in PAL territory, so it was only 50 frames a second.
Aye.
So it lasted even longer.
Aye.
1/6 longer.
I mean, if anybody wants to, we could always do a Street Race 3 player.
Did he just nick?
It's not a bad game, eh?
He just nicked our chicken.
Oh, they do? You don't do that?
No.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you that.
Dodgy little shit.
There's only certain characters do that. No, not. It's just. Would you believe of all the people, it's the weakest. It's Galseers and Donovans do it, and anybody else. As far as I know.
That was a good waste of a turkey. I
don't think any other character does it. The women definitely don't. Never seen them pick some up.
I didn't realise.
Possible the hippie characters do, but I'm not too sure.
Get out. You learn something new every day. Hello.
I just had to fly and kick these off the bar.
Oh,
sorry,
Jesus, I lost half a bar.
Yeah, you've got upgrade system now as well, haven't you? With the charging special, like as in the forward charge, the forward move special. You've got 3 grades that, and every time you lose life, you lose 1 star. But it's good. It changes up your specials. Your special, you have a bar now, which if it runs out, then you use some energy. I'm going to die. If it runs out, then you lose some energy, which I thought was interesting little take. Oh well, yeah, it's all right.
Nice. Timed up beautifully.
Here he is. He's quite tough actually. He puts up quite a nasty fight. To be fair.
Break.
Yeah. Where he's called Axel in Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
Oh, get him.
Oh, just missed. Oh, no, I caught him at the last one.
Yeah, if he does that, if he steps back, he'll just straight flying kick him.
I don't know who's who. Alright, the one moving insanely fast is not me.
So, yeah, again, he hasn't got the iframe, so...
Oh, so yeah, he's starting to turn red. He starts to
he does. Yeah. Well, I remember that, but again, they could have just had him do a little bit of damage to the sprite, and that, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Like even if it didn't declaw them. And then you could see bits of metal through, like the Terminator and that.
He's starting to set on fire. Oh no, he's just going orange. He's had too much, too many carrots.
Get out.
Oh, I thought I was throwing him. So can you play as him?
Yes.
You can unlock him.
No, yes. There's a way to play as him, according to... I can't remember what it is. I think it literally is Axel, but I think you get the slight upgrade in power. But I have read somewhere, it could be fake, but I have read that they call him Super Axel.
Super Axel.
Like he is accessible, but it's like I've never tried it, and I don't think he's any real different. It's possible that he gets the different coloured gloves or something, but it is worth looking at because I think you can.
It'd be good if he changed like colour the more he was towards.
Aye, that's it. And if he again, they've just lost. I know I'm keeping moaning, like sound like a broken record here, but they've just so lost a trick, like with this character.
We're about the halfway point, aren't we?
We are. Now I like the level 5 boss. I like what they did with him. I quite like that. I always like that character because you think you're going to get one thing and you don't, and I thought that was quite cool. It'd be divisive, I think, because as part of his Mr. X, and I want to have Mr. X in his old form.
Yeah.
But what they did with him, I thought, well, like, that's a little bait and switch, which I quite like. He's quite tough as well. So, not a bad thing. But that's not this level. No, this level's a pain in the arse. Just
to our viewers, if you're watching, thank you very much. And if you don't mind, I don't usually ask, but I would love it if you just hit that subscribe button and that like button. It would be amazing.
For more wonderful content.
Would be super happy. Thank you very much.
Now, where this works... Well, it works when you do it. Is the one that shakes the most is the one that's got the thing. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Sometimes it can be hard to tell.
That apple for you.
Now, I like that. I do believe this level won't be as irritating as Street Fighter 3. As enemies in Street Fighter Rage 3 on this level have got like 3 bars of health in that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that happens in this one, so this should not be as irritating. I hope. It's hoping it.
Oh, didn't get out in time.
We haven't lost life yet though, so we're doing good.
Yeah.
But it is an easier game, but we're playing for fun. I mean, playing for fun. A game that we haven't played for like easily over a decade, maybe longer. But this again, is not one of my favourite levels of the game. The last level and this one are quite dull. Now, I actually do like the boss of this level. I like what it is, but and the fight is way more tolerable in this version. But in Street Fighter 3, it's terrible. He's an easy character with a very predictable pattern, who just has absolutely each one's got about 4 bars of health, mate. It's like, and you're fighting one at a time, and it's just like it takes about 10 minutes to beat them. It's like, that's just not good design, But again, I remember playing at the time Street Fighter 3 and thinking to myself, there's something not right here, So, and that turned out because that was it.
Yeah.
They've only got about 2 bars each on this version. It's actually going to be quite tricky with the 2 of us, because we'll end up fighting one at a time, and there'll be like, you've got to be careful who they're going for. Anyway, got a while before we get to them, so...
I'm trying to think who it is. Is it ninjas?
Yeah, it's Yamamoto 3 samurai. They're like Shredder. One good thing here, this train type mechanism does actually hurt enemies, and it hurts them a lot.
I don't think it does much damage.
Hey?
I don't think it does much damage.
Oh, it does, mate. Well, it did in Street Race 3, and I haven't really looked at it, but I believe it's the same.
I was saying that it killed the Carlos in one hit. Oh.
Now, Blaze is an expert in knives.
Yeah, I'll just leave all the knives for you.
Not in avoiding trains, though.
She's a bit blind, which is class of a knife.
First life gone.
Oh, you've lost a life? Oh, Glenn.
Which means I also lose a star as well, so
yeah,
I'm down to my second level of charge special.
I've got my super duper grand up now. This is as far as it goes, it's 3 stars.
Yeah, it's 3 stars. It changes after the first one, and then you obviously it develops further. So it's got a great combat system 3. I mean, it does develop further on 2. So, like I said, it's not a bad sequel.
Grab a chicken.
I think we're nearly finished the section actually. But this takes way long, as I said, so I think we're nearly done.
Get up. I'm looking forward to playing Streets of Rage remake now.
Well, I personally, and I'll say this like on record, I personally think the Streets of Rage remake's actually a bit better than 4. It's just
maybe
something about. I think it's because of this nostalgia as well. It's got the music, it's got the graphics. It's just like it's.
So does 4,
but if you wanted it to be the pinnacle of what 1, 2, and 3 are, then remake is it. And it's a free game to play. Nice man. How can you complain when you've got content like that? 4 totally different games, dual modes, about 20 hidden characters. You can play as pretty much everybody. All the bosses and that, including new characters, great for the game. Cody's in there, fun fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that book.
Do you know what it is? I've got to consider Streets of Rage remake part of the 16-bit series, and that's the only way that allows us to say Streets of Rage 4 is the best non-16-bit version of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
And also Streets of Rage remake is the best 16-bit version of the game.
Yeah, which it does. 16-bit basically. You know, it's based on the 16-bit game. It doesn't try to be a high-end PC game. It doesn't need to be, and I wouldn't want it to be.
It adds a lot of effects, reflections and stuff like that.
That's perfect. That's exactly what should happen. But to be honest with you, I'm slightly sceptical about this new Street Rage. Now, I'll absolutely put time into it. Simple
You have to be, don't you?
You do. And I actually like that it's doing this, because I think at the end of the day, there's no harm. If it fails and people still say we want a classic Street, then it'll happen still. Because people just say it, right,
absolutely brilliant.
If this is a failure, it'll not be enough to destroy the series. They'll just go back and make another 2D one again. I think that's how long legs it's got, and it won't be enough to be a failure. There's no harm in trying to go 3D again. I mean, they did it twice before already, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, we've done a playthrough of Fighting Force, which was intended to be obviously
Street Rage 4.
Street Rage 4. Then there was supposedly a Dreamcast game going to come out where there is a short demo actually available on YouTube and at the minute. So that was going to be a thing. It just fell by the wayside, you know. But again, at that time, 1-1.
I think Golden Axe, you're okay because you can kind of copy like the God of War format. I mean, they obviously tried it with Beast Rider,
and
it just wasn't a very good game. The combat wasn't terrible. I think it just wasn't a very good game, you know.
Again, I
do
think
a lot better this time.
It came at a time again when I don't think people wanted that. So I definitely agree that's not a great game now, but I don't think it's anywhere near getting 1s and 2s out of 10 in that on reviews.
No, I think
I watched you play it, and I thought, no, that's a bit much like mine. It's like sort of get in, wanting to do that.
Run.
That's like trying to say that people have made no effort whatsoever, and that's just unfair.
I think it just they needed to do themselves a favour and have like the main heroes in and stuff like that, not like a new character and whatnot, you know.
Well, I mean, I think one of the complaints with Beast Rider was it was one player, and it's like, but that's what the game, that's what the basis of the game was. I mean, that's like saying, God of War's only one player. It's like, well, I'm hit here. That's like saying God of War's one player. It's like, well, yeah.
That's the type of game it is. If they're going to release it like, you know, it's a typical Sony type property where it's like a story-driven game for a single player, that's great. I think that would be excellent, you know.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage, on the other hand, they can either do a good job or not. And when I say do a good job, I'm thinking back to the last really good beat 'em up was probably God Hand or, you know, even Fighting Force, like we say.
Well,
I can't think of any other Dynamite Cop, those type of things, perhaps.
Well, Do you know what it is?
There's not been many over the years.
Down like Compensated Works, it had short sections where you fight a group of enemies, and then it would give you like a little QTE, like a quick time event or something or other, just to break it up a bit, and it sort of worked because it didn't throw too much at it. Now, as you know, I'm not a massive fan of Fighting Force, but I don't hate it.
Question or one for the audience: if you can think of any other good like 3D beat 'em ups like God Hand, like Fighting Force, please drop us a comment, because I'd love to check some out myself. I think I've played the majority of them, even like Demolish Fist and things like that.
Oh, I know that one. This is your motto now. This is interesting because it is 3 samurai now. It's more of a tactical boss, really. He has only a couple of attacks. That's the way. I mean, he tends to target one. He'll have all 3 of them attack slightly differently as well. So, but it'll be an easy fight on this game. Oh, Mark, when it move. Aye. So this is per se. He's only got one. They've only got 1 bar each.
Yeah,
they have about 4 on normal mode. On normal mode in Street Fighter 3, they've got 4 bars each. It's absolutely obscene. They've got about 6, I think, on hard. There's 1 less mode on hard. Like everything's condensed into. Like easy on this is easy. There's no. But all 3 of these have a slightly different special as well. One of them does like a charge. And one fires 3.
Oh, sorry.
I'm getting.
You're going to get your turkey.
You're slaughtering me, are you? Let me have
I get points every time I hit you.
Right. He fire. I think his special is he fires 3 stars. I can't even run. Fingers.
Oh, aye. Ow, ow.
Chuckers. Oh. Aye. There you go.
Oh, he's only dead.
He seems to.
I'll get that.
He's got to do a thing. Get out.
No.
Easy though. That was like laughably easy. So I think they've probably looked at that.
That was in slow motion for everyone to see.
They've probably looked at that on the on this version. Thought we're too easy and we need to toughen them up a bit. But that wasn't the way to do it. I thought just give them extra health. Just totally, you know. I know this is one of my favourite levels. Is I like this level.
Is this? No, it's not City Hall.
Better than City Hall. This is my favourite level. This because this feels like level 8 of Street Fighter 1 and 2.
Oh, right, yeah.
A bit. Now, City Hall's good because it looks a bit like that as well, and it's got the type of enemies I expect. I don't like the last level of Street Fighter 3 as much. Bare Knuckle 3 as well. The good last level, as we'll call it. It feels too much like level 7 of Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a penultimate level, and that's what that feels like. And this feels more like a last level, actually. I really like it. Level 6 is quite short, remember. Obviously, we'll talk about that when we get it, because there'll be a little bit of cooperation there, so we'll do it depending on what we're going to do as well and how we're going to do it. It's very easy though, and that was on Street Fighter 3. It was very easy, so I don't know if it was easier again on Bare Knuckle 3. It's been so long. I love the theme that starts in this like ninja house or oriental, like a training ground even, you know, with all of the ninja style and the martial arts enemies and that, and then it moves on to into you know, like what you'd expect from Mr. X's headquarters and that. I thought I really liked that. Like, so my favourite level's level 5.
So Robot X, Robot Y.
It's Robot X, mate, and he's called Neo X in the Japanese version. But I like what they've done now. This level is interesting because, mate, because we've got hidden areas.
Yeah.
Now, none of these hidden areas actually take us to different levels in the game, but they do take us to different scenes, including extra lives. I can't remember what does what now, but you can try hitting different things. Might if you see a little dark patch on the floor, punch next to it and you'll go down a hole. Obviously you've got to kill all the enemies, but there's about 4 or 5 routes through this. Do you know when we did what we did there? Did you notice the darker patch on the wall on the last one? Now I think the ground here, look, right, if you automatically move, it means there's no hidden area.
Right.
But
the other one I hit the door, yeah.
Yeah, it's, like we can go up here, but we have to kill these. I think we can. But there is doorways and there's... Look. Right, so this is that patch dark on the ground, would you say?
Don't know, I can't really tell.
Obviously as well, in the first room there's panels on the back walls where you punch near that and you go through, so I like that. It's only on this section as well, there's no other times in the game, but they don't change the game or the story or anything, unlike the events of level 6 and that, you know.
Yeah.
Which is the only time it does change the story. So I remember like reading in reviews and previews and all, they were saying like there's loads of, it's in the next section I think, they were talking about loads of different routes and stuff, and that's not what happens at all. Very cool, because this is like, this feels like, I quite like this tune as well actually. But this is what you expect from a fight with Mr. X, you know what I mean? And I do like the boss. I like the boss. I like what they do with the boss. It's quite clever, actually. Quite cool. They still could have done it better.
I can't remember much about it.
Sorry, mate.
I can't remember.
I'll not spoil them for you. Actually, I'll leave it for you. When we're fighting them, though, I will talk you a little bit, because, to be honest, again, although I do like him way more than Axel or Drake, I still have to say they still missed a trick a little bit, because you'll see what I mean. But it's better done than the fight with Drake, I think, in my opinion.
Wouldn't take much to beat that one, would it?
I mean, again, you were right what you said though about storyline, though, as far as like because Bare Knuckle 3, Street Fighter 3 does have a proper story running within the game now and throughout. That does work within the context of that, so I see where they're going with that, It's just they still could have made the boss way more interesting and not really changed much about the story.
Oops, I forgot
like in this, like.
So after this level, I need to make a save point, really, don't I?
Not strictly. It should be at the start of level 6.
You just tell us when.
Yeah, start of level 6. Oh, I'm gonna die because I think it.
What we'll do, Glenn, is because we're running out of time, we'll finish this, and either the good or bad, we'll decide when we get there.
Yeah.
But then
we'll
come back and we'll do the other level as a bonus.
Yeah.
A little additional bonus video.
No bother. We thought we might do this because originally we thought maybe we were just going to play through the game and probably go for the good ending. That's the robot factory level and that, but there's a whole other level in there, and it's a much better level in my own opinion. Like,
yeah,
just feels more like what the final level should have been. Boss is a bit underwhelming, although again works within the context of the story. In fact, to be fair, mate, I think the final boss, the proper final boss of the game, is underwhelming. Why do you think I picked players?
Yeah, I know.
Aye, yeah.
I remember that.
The epic fight we had with Mr. X in 1 and 2, it just felt like a fight underwhelming. Like, we've got a cool lift section coming over, which is a massive nod back to the lift section on the last level of Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
It even looks almost the same.
Do you reckon they knew they spelt the name Phoenix wrong?
I didn't reckon they did.
It is the same level. That's exactly the same level.
Almost identical, right? It's great though. There's no middle bosses here though. There's no mini boss characters. In fact, that's something else about the third game. Have you noticed you never actually do re-fight like mini boss, like bosses as mini bosses? It takes the final fight route where your bosses are unique except for one boss mate. Funny enough, this one, where you fight like weaker versions of them on the good last level,
yeah,
like the proper last level. And that's it. And
get off her. Baseball bat across the face.
Here's another time as well. The next level boss will be way better because I found it's Jet. It was like obviously throwback Street Fighter 2, but he's got about 4 or 5 bars of health on the Street Fighter 3, which really is obscene for a character who flies and is hard to hit. Where Jet in Street Fighter 2 had about half a bar. Remember?
Oh, I took nothing to kill.
Half a bar of health.
Like, do like 10 jump kicks and he's dead.
But this one's toned down because he's hard. Actually, does put up a good fight. I've got to get chicken here, like.
Yeah, it was probably a good idea, mate. See,
you hit me like.
I'm trying to hit you. It's when he does his move. Look, you go down.
Can he go anywhere?
I know. It's like it's my favourite move to use in the game. The grand up there. I usually string it in after the end of a combo, but I can't use it because I keep hitting you. Well, I can use it. I just use it anyway, but yeah, it just keeps hitting you.
Next level short or not? Well, it'll be short if we do it properly. Obviously, we'll discuss what we're going to do anyway, but
yeah, we'll need to make a decision which way we're going. What do you reckon we should do for this video?
Do the good ending, mate.
Good ending.
Yeah, take the good ending. it's complete. It's the best way, and then we can always come back later and go, yeah, we'll get the bad end. I mean, we call the bad ending. It is the bad ending. Hey,
you just nicked me chicken.
Do you need it?
Aye.
Right.
I've lost the life.
I'm going to get you back for all the time to get whacking us.
Alright.
Right, here we go. Now this is a cool little nod back to Street Rage 1 as well, because you think that you're going to get it off it, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Stylish Tigers, yeah.
General Petrov.
Robo X.
Counterfeit General. Oh.
Now, again, a little nod back to all the games. Obviously, as you expect, nice little, battle against these weaker minions first, before you even go anywhere near the cheese himself, like. So. Did you expect anything less?
No. Shiver, maybe.
Well, he's still in the picture, isn't he?
He is. I'm playing as him. Well, I can play as him if I want to, but
he never did lose quite. That might be something for another day. Can you walk like a playthrough with like Ash and?
Well, once I create the save point, we could probably lose a quick last in that.
Yeah,
so I'm saying,
we've
got 7 lives each.
Play on I know. Plus, do you remember us telling you how easy it is to get the good ending and how hard it is to not? You've got to constantly make a decision to get the bad ending. It's like we have to. I'll show you.
You have to purposefully lose, don't you?
Yeah.
Or intentionally lose.
I think there's a very light sort of maze element, but that's why. And I think it expected people to not be able to get it, and it's just like, well, no, there's only one way through, and the rooms you need to enter are always the same. If it being random, like a change, that would have been a little bit more tougher, but still not hard. There's only like 6 rooms. But once you've entered the room, you have to kill the enemies that are in that room before you can exit it, But all have power, so it's in your best interest. So my suggestion is when we play the second time, enter all 6 rooms. So that'll slow us down a bit. Here he goes. He's not
See,
dead.
Axel could have done that.
Exactly. And that's what got us. So this is Robo X. He's not the final boss. He's nowhere near the final boss, but he's quite interesting, that this is what you've got, which I thought was quite cool. Again, I think they could have made it a bit better by having you fight him as Mr. X with his machine gun and everything, and then halfway through this happens, But still be a better done than what they did with the Axel clone. There you go, mate. We're both got the same health, aren't we?
Oh, missed him. Oh, got him. Oh, he got me and all.
Dead.
You go and kill him, I'm keeping this alive.
Get out.
Get out. Nice one.
Right, so we have a very important turning point now in the game. We have our first and only major
do I need to make a save point here?
route. I would either do it now or just as the level starts, really. But yeah, around about now or the start of the level is fine.
Well, it's okay because I'll cut in with like a professional start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what are we in agreement that we're going to get the good ending today? So it'll be the quickest.
Let's go for the shorter one, yeah.
It is the quickest because it'll take a few minutes if we have to get the bad end, which is the better level, but it's a harder level I find now. Actually, you've got the story to watch a bit first, but this is easy. I mean, plus it's like the natural way you'd expect to go. Either way, the last boss of either level's still lame, sadly.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Shiver's not lame as such, but he doesn't change. I thought, like if you're going to use him, we might as well just take our time even. If you are going to reuse the boss of level 1 for your last boss of one of the levels, then at least give him something new,
Yeah.
He changes his costume. He's in green instead of blue, which is nice. But from what I remember, I'm pretty sure he changes nothing else. Is there any more to fight? Right, so what we're doing is... Can't even run. We're taking the bottom floor, mate, so we need to hit it twice. Try hitting it 3 times. It might be 3, I might have it wrong. But it's the very bottom floor either way.
5, so 5 floors at all.
Yeah, so it's the middle room. So obviously we have to kill a few golds, I think it'll be, or the heroes and all that stuff. Look at the time we've got, that's not even seconds. That's each one of them takes an hour.
So, room 2.
So, it's a very, very simple level. This could have been way more fleshed out on. I'm a bit gutted. In fact, to be honest, mate, you know when I say level 3 and 4 disappointing, this is the most disappointing level because it's like a turning point and it could have really done something special here.
Yeah.
So straight in the middle room and you just whack the shit out of the computer and that's it. And you can do that anytime, including now. Best thing to do is fly and kick it. Look at the damage it does, it tears it apart.
Get some slowdown in this one.
Get some slowdown now, you can get slow down. Enemy, I don't think you have to kill the enemies actually, I can't remember. I think you do. But it's dead there, it's killed. That's how easy this is. The final boss, the boss of the level is quite hard normally, but in this version I don't think he'll be. So
I'll tell you what we didn't mention, the breakable weapons on this one.
Yeah, I was nearly going to say it, and again I like that element. There's only been a couple of beat ups that
I
do
don't like that element.
Yeah, they've got its own, like, all weapons have it, didn't they, that you pick up. Yeah. Have you noticed when enemies block it though, it rips it to pieces straight away. Rips there. So each weapon's got its own.
Right, so what, are we going upstairs now?
Well, we have to kill a couple of these again because they've obviously respawned, and then we'll go back upstairs to the next floor, and that's it, mate. Middle room, and then I'll show you if that's easy. It's laughably easier. See, if you want to look at the clock, if you want to go to the right second, see where we're at. That's not seconds, remember. And that stops, you know. Remember that actually stops. So we're up a floor, one floor, and then same again. That does stop when we're fighting in the rooms.
Right.
So it's not active. Like it says, we'll have to fight gold and silver and that here. And these are obviously nothing to take. Easy enough.
Doesn't do much damage, does it?
No, I hate the wooden stick like it's a lump of shit. But have you noticed all the weapons don't really now?
No, the katana's like woeful in that as well, right?
Yeah, I said I tend not to use weapon much of it. In the second game I love the swords and the pipes. The pipe middle door again.
That thwack.
Same again, I know. It's an army. So all we're doing, same again. Blow up the terminal. A few enemies. Or you bomb at somebody.
Aye, I'll second that. I missed though.
This is how easy it is, mate.
Oh, I tell you what, I don't like the AI, especially on the women.
It's not. I know. The women were always, even in the first one, they get down the knees and that when you hit them.
Yeah, but well, they do that on here, but they just took it too far, haven't they? Where they just stay away from you.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, get in the game.
There's a big crackers like.
Oh, that should have hit him. That. Switchbird, I think it's.
And we're just going right, mate. I mean, well, might as well get yourself. Obviously, we have to knock a few of these out, just like we did. But easy enough. I drew these blokes when I was young for some reason.
I remember you drawing,
quite cool. I just did. There you just straight over. Boom. What we got? There you go, mate.
Spawn.
And here we are. And obviously, it's not the chief of police like in Streets of Rage 3. It's the General Petrov.
General Petrov, yeah.
See how much time we had left, man. That's probably about a minute's worth of time there. Might be longer, I'm sure. We waited about 2 minutes before we waited for them. Standing next to them, we're watching them get suffocating. That's quite nasty, like. And I think Gilbert's Dr. Zan, you know.
It is Gilbert, yeah.
It is, aye.
So he went, oh, Gilbert.
Is he called Dr. Gilbert? It's called Mr. Gilbert.
Just Gilbert. You should have addressed him as Doctor.
It's Mr. Gilbert, I think it's...
Never mind.
Right, so the boss of this level is Jet, which is quite cool. Look, he's surrounded by lackeys called Rocket, which was also another character from the second game, but a sub boss, and they're quite easy. But he's nowhere near as hard as he is in Street Race 3. Probably he's the hardest boss in the game in the English version. Like, he's an absolute terror. He's got a load of moves. He's got some nasty moves and all.
Jesus.
Damage he does as well. It's hard to grab him, so it's best just to concede defeat and just sort of whack him as much as you can where you can, honestly. That's nasty as well. Oh, get out. Oh, that was a good shot. Class. We've got that on camera, mate.
Who's he coming for, me, are you?
Do you know what it is as well? He's all out of shop. Some moves that look like they should hit him don't. Where, like, Jet from Street Race 2 just work properly. He's got about the same amount of health, I think, as one of the Yamotos, you know, on... I'm going to get a chicken.
Oh.
Go on for it, mate.
Crack them.
This he's had about 2 bars. Oh, get out.
I think I'll get mine. I don't see him being a pot. Oh, there you go, he's dead.
Here we go, mate.
I was trying to take out a complimentary rocket on the way out as well.
Give him a rocket instead.
Oh, there he's dead.
None other than Adam. Adam Hunter from the original. Who does come back for the Streets Race remake.
And
he's pretty cool, no? And 4, yeah.
Might be the best character in 4.
I've never spent enough time on
Might be. I think all the characters are just really well put together in 4, to be honest.
You can play some of the bodies again, can't you, on that one as well? Isn't that right?
Yeah, I think there's about 16 characters or something. I've unlocked everyone on my Xbox.
Is Mr. X available? Like actual Mr. X? Because I know he's not really in the game, is he? Like normal Mr. X. I thought what about the twins? Can you play as them?
No. I can't remember who's in it now. You've got.
I know you play as the Lady Cop.
1, 2 and 3 versions of the characters.
Aye. I remember that, aye. Because it looks weird when you've got the pixelated characters.
I think it looks really good.
Oh, it looks class. it looks weird, but it's like it just brings a bit of nostalgia.
I love the way they do it. And Streets of Rage 2, Axel plays better than any other character in the game, in my opinion.
Right, aye. He's
so fast. It's class. Actually, might Streets of Rage 3 Axel. I can't know. It's been a good year since I've finished it. I've done it about 4 or 5 times, obviously to unlock everyone, but I need to go back through it before we do a playthrough.
Do you not think this feels? It starts a bit like the beach level as well. Well, the second area of the beach level.
Yeah.
Level 6 on Streets 2. Whatever you do, don't stand on the circles.
Just bring you up into the sky.
Pain in the arse.
Just so you won't see. There you go.
Like that. Yeah. Thanks. You only did that to show people, didn't you?
I did. That's what I said. Just so you want to see. I said it before I did it.
But this level just bores me. It's just not great. Like.
It's a game of almost 2 halves, more like a third and 2/3. Because the first third of the game is spot on, and then
a bit like Final Fight 1 in some ways. Where I love the first 3 levels of Final Fight 1, but for me, I mean, it starts to get a bit dull. I sometimes boot up Final Fight 1 arcade just to play it past Eddie E, and that's it. Eddie E's my favourite boss.
Boss of life.
Like, remember the grey one, mate, is sort of like a sub boss. He just keeps doing that until you beat him. Where the yellows don't come back.
Is mine.
That makes no sense as well. Like you hit him and he doesn't come off the bike, so it's like, well, why you would hit them off the bike on the second one and fight them on foot?
Yeah.
So why are you not there to fight them on foot this time? I just thought it was a very odd decision. Like I always remember thinking that at the time playing Street Race 3, you know. Right, 2 of them now.
They might have run out of room on a cart for animation from.
Well, I had stuff that wasn't used.
Aye, that's true. Yeah. It's a 24 meg cart, but 8 meg of it wasn't used.
Aye. I'm getting slaughtered here, like. Oh, I'm up to 3 strength.
You are?
And I'm going to get probably knocked in that there. Try to show off. I don't know if I'm invincible. I can't. My fingers still wouldn't work on this controller.
I'll have to give you a Megadrive controller for next time.
No, it's me, man. Look at this. I'm trying to.
How are Ninja? God, it's infuriating. I just killed you, sorry mate. No.
Somehow I don't think we're going to fail, mate.
No, I very much doubted. Like.
I don't think, in the final boss, you're just still fighting by yourself, doesn't he? There's nothing with him.
No,
so that's got to be crap, that, like, mate, because we'll just attack turns and knock him a little bit. Blaze has got the best.
You've got the best character to fight him, I'll just be sitting there.
I think it's kind of hard for anybody else. No, it's not. You can, but you have to use your side kicks, though, which will take way longer, where I just use my vertical kick, which is quite kind of strong, like. You know, just that one.
Yeah.
Still, it knocks the shit out of him, like.
Oh, you little robotic bastard. Get out. Oh, didn't even see that one.
No, you don't. There's 1 or 2 that are kind of well hidden, like.
I was about to get a sword, but like you said, it's absolute shite.
These robots, you know what it is not? They're just not as cool as the robots on the second one. Like, they were like a boss at one point, and they were like weird as a boss. But and here's another. This is the only boss enemy who sort of gets a comeback, but it's clearly not the same character. I mean, he dies after a couple of hits, and he's more of like a Hollywood character. You know, like if you think of Final Fight 1.
Yeah.
The Hollywoods where they're just the red Hollywoods just come on and go anywhere for a little bit. So it's more of a hazard, isn't it? Than a true
coming off a production line or something.
He's called Mr. A to Z. Cool. He's called. I'm trying to think what they call him. Is it Robot Z actually in Street Racer 3? Because
it was
Robot Y. Robot Y is called Neo X in this one, which is a much better name.
Yeah.
Robot Y. Why do you call Robot Y? Then you've got the Y twins in Street Racer 4. It's like, why would you use that? The reason they use X is because he's like no one knows his name. I've never got that. Like, I've never got why it's like it's the Y twins. You know, I didn't get that one either.
No one knows why.
No one knows why. Exactly. Yeah. But this level just feels far too much like something from level 7 of the first, or level 6 of Street Racer 1.
Level I hated.
That's your favourite level, that one, isn't it?
I always hate the industrial levels in games. It's terrible.
So you're in the same boat as me, where you think this is not a great. It's just not great as a last level.
No.
Didn't get us wrong. Again, I understand absolutely where they're coming from, though. It's like 2 games have came out where you've got like a headquarters with a nice, it looks like a penthouse and all that, and they've done it in Final Fight. And anything else at that point? Would you say Double Dragon?
Final Fight. Double Dragon, not really.
No, not really. No, but definitely Final Fight, obviously, which was the game that came first. So I see where they're coming from. They're trying something different. Personally, Final Fight 2 does a more of an Oriental house, and that works. That does work. I like that. I like the Japanese house from Final Fight 2. The bosses not so much, but I digress. What would I getting at? The guns don't do much damage.
No,
they're more irritating than LC's guys. Like, I always liked them though,
What's that noise? Is that
it's changing direction.
Oh, right.
I think the laser on the wall doesn't carry a bit of damage though if you get hit, so obviously beware of that. Just jumping out of the way, really. Got us both.
Oh, jeez, man.
It hits it. Yeah, that damages him. It's when they blow up, you've got to watch out for, isn't it?
I know, you get out of the way,
And this level has a middle boss. A shitty one and all. He's called Dr. Dom in Street Racer 3, but he's called something else in this one. Dr. I don't know who.
I can't think what it is.
I can't remember what he's called. I know I don't like him, he's irritating. He's easy. Again, it's just like a gimmick boss, really.
Oh, what happened there? You managed to get off us. Gotta love Rocket's high heels.
So one there for me. I'm gonna get it. We're not gonna. We've got this licked.
Oh, there's no way of dying here. I'm surprised I've only lost. I've only lost 1 life,
Right, we've got
middle boss now, isn't it?
We've got him,
Oh yeah, I remember. You've got to kill the arm, aren't you?
Somebody referred this guy as Chris Evans at one point. I don't know why, because he's not ginger. Dr. Zero. Right, so yeah.
And watch out for the fence.
Just you get him down so far, and then the claw explodes and it just moves along and starts damaging you. So you've got to. What you do is when the claw's busted, it's all right at the minute because he's not staying down long enough. But when the claw's broke, get him to the far left or right, and then when it moves, when it does that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember that. It'll give shortly. That was good. And then, because it's more irritating than two, isn't it? Right. Oh, man.
If you can get it from both sides, so
he's after you at the minute.
Really strip it. Watch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, so, see this. He's coming for me, so. We'll get him. He's dead. Right? Oh. Aye. That's where it's nasty and two there. But we've got to do it again. Just go down. And stay near the bottom. Yeah.
I've just hit you.
Oh man.
That's it.
Indeed. See how it's more irritating when there's 2 of you on one. he chops and changes. He's going for on that. Here's the final battle, mate. The most disappointing game and boss in the history of any beat-em-ups. But even Dick from Ride City was cooler than this guy. He looked like Geese Howard. You like Dick, didn't you? With the big sword. The thing is, I've always said, because there's an element, there's a panic element because there's time limit to beating them, but after the Mr. X battles and that with all these minions and Shiver coming at you as well first, it was like, Christ, even in Street Fighter 1, again trying something different is very good, but this boss is disappointing. Called Robot Y, as they say in Street Fighter 3, but he's Neo X in this one. But there's nothing X about him. Even if he used like the gun, like Robo X used, like he had the bullet stuff where you can see the elements of Mr. X. This guy's green, he's the same colour, and that's about it. So, generally what we do is just fly and kick him until he's dead. Yeah, and I forgot to tell you, there's actually 3 possible endings, man. If we don't beat him in time, then we get a bad ending. So what we should be doing is kicking him off the side of the screen now. He's going to be easy because he's got no energy. He's got 2 bars. So, wait there. I'll show you what I normally do, but we can just attack turns if you want.
I'll try and find you.
Oh, man.
Oh, sorry.
With D1 down trade, so let's just say I knew it. That's all you do. And he goes up the screen. Oh, I usually do it on the right, but I'm making excuses and all.
Do you want us to move over so you can get him?
I'll do 3 and I'll give you a go. Yeah. You have to do forward kicks, so if you... I can't remember him doing that, mind. Unless it's exclusive to the Japanese one, but again, it's not exactly a gun. We might as well try and make it a little bit interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're going in a loop. Oh, I'm gone.
There you go.
This is your final boss. And you seem got the same music as like... Oh, yeah, Mark. Go on, you go.
Oh, he's doing it again?
If you can actually kill him. We've only got a minute and a half. But we're up to it.
No, I want to kill him.
I want to kill him.
I got him. Oh, no, I didn't. I got you instead.
What? Sorry, mate. Sorry. I'll let you do Shiver.
Get out.
Oh, God. Did that make you feel good? You feel better now? You did that earlier. Yeah, this is something that, have you noticed where he's blew up in front of the glass case that we didn't see as well? That's actually meant to be Mr. X's brain in there, isn't it? Now you fight his brain. It squidges itself along at you and you just step up. Aye, Krang. It doesn't go,
I'm Krang!
You really wanted to kill him, didn't you?
I did. I'm devastated now. Only because you've got a higher score than me.
Damn. Well, as I say, I'm personally up for doing a whole other playthrough instead. Not tonight, obviously, but instead of just doing the save, doing the whole other playthrough, because...
If it was a better game, I would.
That's up to you.
It's not. I'd rather play a fair Street Fighter remake 4 times.
Right. Well, we've got the save state, so
we've got the save state. We'll release the other 2 endings as extra. I should have recorded. I should have done another save state. But
do the bad end? Go back through this level again as well and get the bad ending. You mean?
Yeah, we'll just release it as an extra bonus video in the next few weeks.
Right.
So look out for that one, everyone. We will do that.
Do you just want to do a short playthrough of the last level, like instead for them? Not the whole game again, though.
No, just what we need to basically.
Yeah, so there'll be a further playthrough of this level, but we'll obviously take out time in killing him, because that's all you do.
Yeah.
The time runs out, and then you kill him. He doesn't blow up one out, and then the other one is obviously letting the chief of police or the general, depending on which version we're playing, which will be this version actually. Let him die, and then you've got a whole other level, which is way better, I think. There's more variety in enemies, not when you're fighting all the. It's just. Like I said, it feels more like a proper last level, like the City Hall.
Yeah.
I like the music, I love the tune and all.
I remember the City Hall level. It feels more like the penthouse.
It's good. It just, I wish if they were going to put Shiver back in there as the final boss, do something else with him. He's a great character. Shiver's a fantastic character. I think Shiver should officially be part of the team in that now, which he sort of is from 4 onwards, really, isn't he?
Yeah. So,
because there's no harm in saying that a character's been reformed. It's set like 20 years later and stuff, so you're going, exactly, well, he's being done for his crimes or whatever. He's maybe went into a Zen-like state and decided to give to charity and help the homeless and all that stuff, and he's ended up like
he got his ass kicked by a few heroes.
Yeah, exactly. But then he's come back, that they've like maybe brought him out the gutters and that, and he's ended up like as a repayment, he's sort of joined their group and that, you know. So I think it could work, you know. There was just, I always remember playing as him in 3 and thinking there was room there for more depth, so it would have been cool if he did have his own story and that in this one, because as obviously with him being an important recurring character from the second game as well. To me, he's the best. He's the best boss in the game. In the second one, I think it's just. I remember when we first fought him. We were like, you know, he stands there like expecting all the films that you know, he's gonna be cool because he's just standing there, arms folded. It's like he's gonna do something, you know, and he does.
No, he's good. He is good. But yeah, I mean, look, playing through that again now, even the better Japanese version, it's not a great game.
No, it's not. I'd give it as a review. I'd give it 8 out of 10, which is a solid review, but a flawed game where, you know, Streets of Rage 2 get 9.5. You know, well, yeah. I mean, I always say Golden Axe Revenge Death is my favourite beat 'em up, and it probably pips Streets 2 by a single minuscule point. So they both get 9.5 on my page.
Right.
It's just if I had to pick one out, just Golden Axe 2 would be there, and Streets would just be one step under. Just because it just blew us away more than anything I'd ever seen at the time. But this, the prequel to this game is literally my second favourite beat 'em up of all time. I mean, going by technology, yeah, it's the best because I mean for a 16-bit console, Streets of Rage 2 just was absolutely phenomenal. Like where Golden Axe Revenge Death it is, but it's on a hardware that can easily handle that.
Oh,
I mean, it's on an advanced hardware that.
Imagine if you've got a Streets of Rage game for System 32.
I know. Why did they not go there? How did they not? Somebody would stand up and say, "Hang about why we're not making
an arcade cabinet game for Streets of Rage."
Streets of Rage X or something, you know, and it was like literally Streets of Rage X, and it's a remake of 2, but with all new moves, sped up enemies, music, characters, massive sprites, tons of animation and that, you know. Colour, just like what was used in Golden Axe 2.
Such a missed trick. Like that was when Sega were in the stupid mode though, wasn't it? Like for 94 and that.
Do you know what it is though? I mean, like I said, I've just said I really like Golden Axe the Duel because of Panchos is my favourite character of all time. But it was a misstep in and of itself, coming out at a time when it had tons of competition, and it is officially the third project. It's officially Golden Axe 3.
Yeah,
you know it is. The storyline and everything follows on, but
there's Max as well.
It's coming out at a time when it's just not needed. And Adam, you know. So, but that's
and Skate
Bare Knuckle 3 with English translation.
Yeah, I think that pretty much ends it
for now.
There we go. Name entry. Do we even get to put our names in? It doesn't matter, like, because you need to, so I don't need to. Yeah,
you don't need to.
Well, once again, everyone, if you enjoyed the content, please, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, drop us a comment, and we'll respond back to you. Especially if you can recommend any 3D beat 'em ups, I'd love to try them myself.
Yeah, any for any platform really, and we'll work if it's something we can run, you know.
But for now,
run well.
For now, everyone, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye now.